As students start collaborating in Google Docs, you're going to need to talk to them about behaving appropriately, especially when they're working in a shared doc or slideshow or whatever it may be. One of the important things that we teach kids about digital citizenship is when you're sharing something and you have other kids that are counting on you, that it's important that you stay focused on the task at hand and that you don't fill, for example, a slideshow with things that have nothing to do with the assignment and deter from the focus of the project. So one of the things that we find to be really powerful to show kids and to tell them is the fact that revision history shows every change that is made to an assignment, and it shows exactly who made what change and when. If you tell students this right away and show them how it works, then they will be more apt to think about what they put in the slideshow instead of goofing around and putting things that are unnecessary. So to access revision history, and this is the same thing, the same way for Google Docs, Google Slides, and any of the Google apps, click on File, and then select See Revision History. You'll notice that it changes so that on the right side here, you have a list of any of the collaborators that are on the document or the slideshow and the times that the document was changed or the slideshow was changed. So if I start clicking on these things here, notice that next to, so this is something that Kim and I both worked on together, you'll notice that anything that Kim made a change to is in green, and anything that I made a change to is in purple. So if I were to go down to any of these times and click on them, what you'll see happen over here is anything that was changed, and it'll take a minute if a lot of changes were made, you'll see it get highlighted in a specific color based on who made the change. So let me find one that really stands out as a lot of changes were made. Okay, so notice right here in slide 12, this is boxed in blue, and right here you see that I have I'm sorry, not blue, purple. I have the purple box right next to my name. So as you continue to click on things, you'll see different items boxed in the color of the person's name, and you can see when it was done. So if you know that kids are, for example, working really well in school together because you're watching them, you can see when they go home if they make the changes later on in the day. If you really want to get into more details, there's an option down here that says show more detailed revisions, and it'll get even more detailed about when changes were made. So if you look here, minute by minute, it shows you when the changes were made. So this is trackable from the very beginning, from the day that the program was started to the very last minute that it was worked on. And it continues to update as students work on it. So this was something that I would show students and tell them, if you're working together, everything is trackable. We can see who's doing what. And if you don't behave appropriately when you're using a shared doc, then you won't be allowed to do such work. Hopefully this will help you moving forward and help keep students acting appropriately when they're working on shared assignments. Just make sure when you're done with your revision history, you click this arrow button, and that takes you back to the actual slideshow so that students can edit. One of the things you also may want to do, if you're not handing something out in Google Classroom, you're going to want to ask students if they create a shared document to make sure that they share it with you as well. That way you can check it out whenever you need to.